Bojo, Ani, Kwekwe, Scano, Tanzi. Greetings, it's Catherine at Moonstarlodge. If you're new to the channel, we are an indigenous lodge working for 42 years in indigenous art, spirituality, and education. I've been a cartomancer for 50 years. That's a frightening thing. And we bring our indigenous perspective on all things tarot and oracles. So welcome if you're new, welcome back if you've been. This week I am using some wonderful decks. Just ignore the cat nonsense over there. Primarily the decks that I'm using come from the lovely Claire Goodchild in Toronto, Ontario. This is the Antique Anatomy Tarot, which has been out for a few years. I'm using her Memento Mori, the Lenormand and Oracle deck. I'm using Claire's Timing Expansion pack. I'm using the General Expansion pack. And there are 2 or 3 more I have, plus Patreon cards. But I needed to add a couple of other decks energetically. I have the Deep, Dark, and Dangerous Oracle by Stephanie DeMarco. This is a seasonal favorite of mine. The Marigold Tarot for the Ancestors. I could have used the Ancestor pack from Claire Goodchild, however, these cards would be screaming in the background. The Ghost Tarot. Just 2 different pictures on it. And, of course, the Embroidered Graveyard. I'm just going to move those off to the side and hope I'm not playing Jenga with myself. So just to recap where we are energetically, I'm filming this just about 6 or 8 hours after the point where fall equinox landed. And that means we are still in the time of Weaves the Web, the grandmother of the 10th moon cycle, with all her graciousness and art and interconnection with all things on the planet. During this reading, which covers September 25th to October 1st, we do have the full moon. So with everything happening with the autumn equinox and the full moon in 1 week, we have a lot of ritual stuff to be aware of, and that's important. So the full moon comes in on the 29th at 5:57 a.m. and that's midweek. So, all right, Brian, without further ado, let's go to these cards. I'm anxious. All right, so the first card here is the 9 of Pentacles, or 9 of Coins. So what an auspicious card to start this week. It means we have everything we could possibly need and want. It's a lovely card. It's about having all our material ducks in a row in this 3rd dimension. So we are talking about our money, our work, our home life. We have this balanced, and we're coming to the end of a cycle with the 9. It's clarified by the Hierophant, the bringing down of spiritual law, the order, education, spiritual questing. So this is a major arcana card. If I was reading this as a tarot, it's the Ancestor card. So the Ancestor card for this week is clarifying the fact that we've got legacy issues developing, as the 10 of Pentacles would ask us to consider. what is the legacy? What are we passing on to the next 7 generations? So this is an auspicious beginning to the week. We have our ancestors right there. I doused to see if that was the position that this card was to sit with, and yes it is, so we're moving on. What are we beginning with this week? We have the ace, or the beginning of swords. In this deck it's called blades. So we have the incubation of new ideas, new clarity, new direction, new communication. Maybe somebody out there listening to this is thinking of writing a book or creating a deck or something artistic. But there's a clarity, there's education, there's communication involved. So a new, this is air, so it's a new beginning in that way. This card is Grandpa. Took me a second to read who this is. Grandpa. So we have more male energy here. The Hierophant can be male or female spiritual advisor, but this is definitely Grandpa. So Grandpa energy is grandparent energy, and that's funny because I saw in a transmorphigation moment this morning my great-grandfather, Archie Pigeon, superimposed on Brian. So that's fun. So we have ancestral energy continuing to make itself present in this reading. And that's going to be, because this is a general reading for the collective, most of us are going to have that. And of course it is the time of spirits. Third card in is the moon. So the moon, obviously with the full moon this week, is important to bring clarity to our intuition, to be helping us focus on intuition and synchronicities, to not be afraid of the increasing dark, to be aware that in this liminal space where we're balanced between and slowly increasing the amount of dark, dark needs to be our friend, dark needs to be our within our psyches. We need to see what's coming. And it's interesting because this card from the Ghost Tarot is the Ace of Swords. So once again, we have another Ace of Swords card. So the clarity that the moon is bringing, and more ancestor spirits, I suspect, are helping us with a new mental clarity, a new beginning, a new awareness, more of this education coming forth. The next card here is the Queen of Elixirs, which is the same as the Queen of Cups. So there's an emotional balance, emotional maturity with this new beginning. So we're balancing emotion with a lot of air here. This is obviously an earth card, and this is a water card. So the Queen is sitting here right by the moon, which tells me there's a tremendous balance. And the balance here is the key. Oh, I just had an epiphany here. As I was setting up and Brian was taking photos, this card kept falling off the deck of ancestors, and I couldn't understand why, because the rest of the cards are balanced. And this one was the only one face side up, and it's Temperance. So here is this incredible balance between pulling down what is the spiritual into this realm and alchemizing it. It's a color, it's a card of art and beauty. And this connects with this very, ancestor card, not just because it's the same deck, but just energetically and spiritually. So now I understand where that's coming from. So the key to everything here, the clarity, this incubating new idea, this explosive mental clarity that's coming this week, all has these other intuitive elements and ancestral support, and it's balanced by this Temperance card. We are being given the gift of alchemy here. So the next card is the Hermit. So we are expected. Now, if I was following this right through, I would say this is probably Thursday or Friday. We're looking at taking some time to be introspective and seeking wisdom within and internalizing the wisdom that's being brought to us. It'll give us some time to think through these two Ace of Swords. The card clarifying it is the card of the week. So that tells us that this is happening within the space of a week. We're not looking at months ahead or another season. Everything that's coming together is coming together within this week. The next card is the Seven of Coins. So we have planted our crop. We are watching with experience, waiting, expecting things to grow. And that's a beautiful thing. The card that's clarifying this, so here we have this coins, and this is actually coins as well, or pentacles. This is the Miner's Pick, and the Miner's Pick is about, sometimes it references male energy, but you're digging deep, hard. It's hard graft, hard work to dig deep at something that is the truth, finding out something. So here, this is again in alignment with everything so far. Finally, we have the Six of Coins. So that is success and generosity, sharing what we have gathered with others in a giving and receiving. We can't just give and we can't just receive. But this is a beautiful balance to the week. We have this quite dominant earth and air energy, but it's well connected to the water energy. The card that's clarifying this is from the Stacey DeMarco deck, and it's the Foresight card. It's a Sibyl. A Sibyl is a seer. I have a wonderful book on the Sibyllis Oraculum, the Oracle. So the Foresight card is a very important card in light of all this air energy. We have the maturity, we have the ability to look ahead, and we have the ability to manufacture in a very short time with the help of the connection of this full moon on the 29th, I believe I said, which would be Thursday. How fabulous is that? You can flip the camera, Brian. I'm really impressed about how this all comes together. This is a really fabulous week for all of us. A lot of times readings do go ahead and say that what we're starting now is, developing and will appear in 6, 8, 9, 10 months, maybe a year. But not this reading. This is all about this week. And we can be slow and steady, like this card suggests, capable and making whatever this is happen. I look forward to seeing what's developing, because as I think about our week ahead, we have the consciousness class starting on Wednesday, and we have dowsing on the 1st. So that's really exciting. Anyway, we wish you all the best, and if you like this reading, give us a thumbs up. I still have cards to pull for Shar and Jennifer, so hang in there. But if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already so you get notified, because we don't just do these videos, we do other videos and they don't have a particular timeline. And send me a coffee. This is definitely, with the spirits coming in, a time I need coffee. Anyway, aho. But hang in there. I'm now going to pull some cards for Jill and Jennifer. Or Jill. Oh, I'll be all right. Jennifer and Shara, because they correctly answered the pumpkin spice floofy, my grand cat. So let's just pull a couple cards here. I'm going to go with the graveyard deck, and that's ghosts. All right, so Brian, can you douse and tell me whether it's Shar or whether it's Jennifer out in BC? Shar in North Bay or Jennifer in BC?
Shar.
Shar, you are first. I keep calling you Shar, Charlene, but anyway, all right. This is why I don't shuffle on camera, because with the rheumatoid arthritis, okay. Charlene, the tarot card is the Ten of Wands. You're just about there. You need to persevere. Let nothing and no one interfere. And you know that whatever it is you're creating is amazing, because the card that is clarifying it is the Ancestors card. Exactly what we've been talking about for this week, with a plethora of ancestors. This goes way back, way back, whenever you started this process in another lifetime. So just know that you are being supported on this journey, and you have the blessings of your ancestors. And one of them here on this card is giving you a peace sign. I think that's lots of fun. All right. And so now we have, go from Shar to Jen in BC at 13 Moons Lodge. Well, how auspicious is this? This is the Five of Pentacles, or Five of Coins in this deck, and it's reminding us to continue to maintain our connection to the light, and to not let any feelings of despair or the illusion of loneliness, which is an illusion, because if we stay connected with our source, we are never alone. And it's interesting because it's clarified by the Weaver, and that's exactly the name of this grandmother, weaves the web, grandmother spider woman, who connects her silken thread to the crown chakras of each and every plant, animal, rock, living thing, especially humans. So you are not alone. Do not let despair or thoughts of loss or disconnection interfere with your beautiful journey. Okay, that's it. Have a good one. Aho.